Yes, sir. Very, very, very happy morning, happy afternoon, and happy evening to all. My dear lovable students, this is a clarification video regarding the subject advanced accounting. Sir, many students are asking that from when advanced accounting virtual classes will be available. Sir, we are starting our recording from Feb 3rd onwards. So, max to max, you can start getting it from Feb 5. The next question, common question is, can we get it as individual subject? Yes, if you want, you can get it as individual advanced accounting. Or if you want to make it as a combo for advanced accounting or tax, that you can make it. Or if you want to make group 1 combo, that is also possible in virtuals, my dear lovable students. The major question is, how you will be completing, sir, whether you will be fully completing the chapters or first you'll be completing AS, then come to the chapters. This is what every subject we have classified. Basically, every subject of CA Inter we have classified into 5 parts. Part number 1, basically we are calling it as part A, and part number 2 we are calling it as part N, and part number 3 we are calling it as M, basically ANM. So once you are studying with us, you can complete your 2 things called as CA. This is the classification of any subject, whether it is advanced accounting, DT, IDT, law, sir, auditing, anything, my dear lovable students. This is what the part 1, the first chapter we will be doing is schedule 3. That is a format based chapter basically, because once we studied schedule 3, you can approach amalgamation, IR questions and all, because all the questions of those chapters will be in this format. Fine. So schedule 3 will be the first chapter, which is a 10-mark area for examination. The next one is cash flow statement read with AS3, because that is also part and parcel of the financial statements. So my dear lovable students, then we will be doing with the cash flow statement. Immediately we will be doing AS1, AS4 and AS5, which according to me are basic AS. Our book itself will be like this only. Part number 1 will be the content. That is first 2 chapters will be there, then 3 AS will be there. Then one break page will be there. Then we'll be doing with the part number 2, amalgamation read with AS14, one big topic. Then I will move into the directly asset based standard, which is AS2. All know that valuation of inventory. AS10 PPE, AS13 investment accounts, AS26 intangible and AS28 impairment. Sir, this is the order in which we have to prepare and we have to study. Sir, this is a brilliant order I have connected. Sir, the next slot, part number 3 will be internal reconstruction. A very easy chapter, because immediately after amalgamation, we'll be doing one easy chapter, and indirect asset based standards will be doing, such as AS11 foreign exchange fluctuation, AS12 government grant, AS16 borrowing cost and AS19 leases and AS22 taxes on income. This is all are connected standards, because these standards directly affect the value of the asset. Like AS2 is inventory, AS10 is PPE, AS13 is investment, AS26 is intangible and AS20 is reduction in the value called as impairment. Whereas these standards indirectly affect the value of the assets, such as AS11 foreign exchange. Sir, if you are following FCMI TDA, certain times we will increase the value of the asset or decrease the value of asset, or we will be debiting or crediting the P&L account directly. AS12 is government grant. Sometimes we will follow direct asset method, or we will, sir, follow the deferred grant method. AS16 borrowing cost. Sir, up to the asset is ready to use or put to use, my dear lovable students, that is a discussion. We will be capitalizing till ready to use as per AS16 and AS19. Sometimes we won't have money to buy the asset, so we will take that asset for leases. So that lease may be financial lease or operating lease. If it is financial lease, the asset will be recorded in the books of the lessee. At what value it has to be recorded? Basically, AS22 is not an asset, because it is just a timing difference, but still we will sometimes recognize as deferred tax asset, or sometimes we will recognize deferred tax liability. Immediately after completing this part 3, we will move into a very another easy topic called as buyback and branch. Buyback will come for 5 to 7 mark in exam, and branch will come for another 6 to 10 mark in exam, read with the presentation based standards, AS99 talks about revenue recognition. What is the time at which you have to recognize a revenue in its books of accounts? And even AS7 is also a revenue recognition only, but that is particularly for a construction contract. That is particularly for a construction contract. In the financial statement, certain segments has to be reported as per AS17. That's what segment reporting. And AS18 is a related party transaction. Certain related party transaction has to be disclosed. And AS20 on the face of the financial statement, you have to disclose the EPS. So basically, these all are disclosure or presentation standards. This is the order in which you are supposed to prepare, my dear lovable students. At the end, we'll be doing consolidation, read with AS21, 23 and 27. By that, we'll be completing 3 parts. And AS15, employee benefits, 24, discontinuing operation, interim financial statements and provisions and contingencies. So this is the order in which we are going to conduct the classes face to face. This is the order in which we are going to complete the virtual classes, my dear lovable students, and every part technically completing 20 to 25 marks. So if you are preparing like this for the coming examination, whether you are part of here or not, this is the way in which you are supposed to prepare the advanced accounting. Then, my dear lovable students, our target in advanced accounting is 70 plus, my dear lovable students. We will be able to score it. Study the first chapter, schedule 3 and cash flow statement, and complete these 3. Then you will be entering into the subject advanced accounting. Then go with a big chapter called as amalgamation and big accounting, very good number of accounting standards, my dear lovable students. Then IR, a settled, less settled chapter, then indirect asset-based standard, then buyback and branch accounts, and the in presentation-based accounting standards, and the last one, consolidation. If you study consolidation at the start also, you need some practice at the end of the time before your examination. So when your preparations are keeping at the end, that flow will be there. That's why we are keeping like this, my dear lovable students. So I hope that I have clarified your doubts regarding the advanced accounting. If you are having still more, you can put it in the comment. I'm ready to answer to you. You can start getting the classes from Feb 3rd or Feb 4th onwards. Now itself, you can start subscribing the classes. We will rock this coming examination with 70 plus in advanced accounting, my dear lovable students. We'll meet at the appropriate time with the appropriate revision videos. Thank you and bye-bye from ANM.